Alrighty, back again with a new setup. Got a new project now. You can see it on the screen. It's this bear, nice and scary looking. I think this will be pretty cool. Definitely didn't feel like doing another color one yet. So I think this one, I've always wanted to do a bear, never got around to it. So this one is going to be 21 by 21 inches, so it's going to be a quarter as big as the last one, the flower. Yeah, so I've got a new camera stand, and alright, so we're basically, what I'm going to be using this time is just a bunch of Generals charcoal pencils. They got hard and soft. I actually managed to fix my old electric eraser. This Sakura, this is the best one. So, you know, go ahead and get started. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long. This one is going to be tricky. There's a lot of fur and hair in here, and this isn't something I've always loved to do. There was a time where I think I swore I wasn't gonna do any more furry animals, but this one's cool. So let's just see how it goes. We'll start in the right hand corner and just go with it. Alright, so I think this should be, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be easy. I'm certainly not gonna say that, but let's just go ahead and try and start putting these hairs where they go. See if we can shade some of this in. A lot of this is going to require actually some of these soft pencils, but so let's just go ahead. Let's see. We'll start right here, and you might notice I've got an outline to my paper this time, so it's easier to deal with. I hope the camera thing isn't too shaky, but we'll see. Alright, so we just got this sort of black right here. We'll go ahead and just put that in. Alright, now we've kind of got this sort of right here. We got this one. See, we're gonna have to be pretty meticulous with these sort of all this fur is gonna be kind of ridiculous, but I don't know, for some reason or another I'm up to the challenge, or I think I am anyway. We'll see. So just kind of draw around some of this stuff, kind of just leave an empty space. Make this sort of black right here coming through. So right here you've kind of got this sort of black coming in here. So we've got right here, we've got this sort of really small hair going right there. So just kind of fill in the black and leave behind the light. I mean, it's not quite that simple, but we'll see. Once again, we'll notice we're having issues with the paper kind of not wanting to stay down. Yeah, I think some of this could be a little bewildering, but let's just go. So over here we've got this sort of, just got these sort of like gray sharp things just kind of shooting all over the place. Just kind of draw them in. Just kind of bring it all together. It's really just a matter of drawing what you're seeing. Alright, let's see. I got these things kind of right here. Now we don't want to go too far away because we need to kind of pin these details down before we move on. Alright, let's fill in some of this black right here. Kind of using this soft. It's easier to fill in areas with the soft charcoal than the hard. Usually anyway. So a lot of this stuff we're going to kind of come back with the eraser, kind of erase some of these patterns into existence. Not super important to stay obviously in the bounds. We're just going to cut this edges of the paper off with the X-Acto knife later. Just fill in all these areas. Of course, we got our vacuum cleaner ready because we're gonna need that a lot. Make a lot of black dust when you do these charcoal pictures. Kind of got this sort of like line right here. Alright, so what we're gonna do this time did not do last time. We're going to use a lot of the smudging blending stumps. I really didn't use much for the flower. Not a big fan of those for pastels. I don't know why exactly. Alright, let's vacuum some of this. Alright, let's get that. So down here, we kind of want this area, well, we want this kind of split right here. Alright, so look, let's take this thing and we're just gonna kind of lighten these areas. And it actually works quite well with charcoal. It just, for some reason, it's not seemed to be the best idea for pastel. And you just kind of make everything softer with it. Kind of soften the edges. There's really nothing to it. It's just you don't want, it can mess up your borders, which is obviously kind of the point, but sometimes you want to maintain the border. And so this right here, it needs to be a lot darker. This kind of lighter area there. So now it's gonna come back, sort of just, there is this kind of light area right there. Let's kind of darken these edges. I will say, generally I'm able to zoom way in on my picture, but it's fine. We don't need to get any closer than this. Alright, let's go around here. Kind of darken this one just a bit. And then this one's kind of got these little like beads on it, kind of. So then right here, let's kind of come in here, just kind of smudge into here. Kind of smooth all this like that. Kind of go in here real light. And then sometimes it's not a bad idea just to use your finger either. Now this stuff up here needs to be a little bit darker. This stuff is almost black. And right here is when you can. And so you just kind of go and lighten things up a bit. And then you can kind of go back over it with the white. Got this different white pencil I've never really used. Let's wait. Stick with the one we know for now, even though honestly at the moment I don't need it yet. Alright, let's come up a little higher right here with this stuff. This is black. Alright, let's come up in here. And you can imagine all the little details in here are not that important. I mean, this stuff is out of focus, real dark on the picture. You know, I don't need to make a big deal out of details that aren't that relevant. I mean, but it's like we learn, it's always good to make some attempt at the details. Alright, let's vacuum all that. Really hoping that this camera setup isn't, let's add some of this white kind of in this lighter thing. Hoping this camera is not going to shake too much, because the angle is a lot better, but it seemed possible that it might start be susceptible to shaking more. We'll see. I'll check the videos after the first time and see. So you come in here with this white and just kind of lighten up some areas. It doesn't even really matter where. You just kind of, you know, the areas that look a little whiter, just kind of highlight them. Kind of right here. And I mean, like I said, we're absolutely not following this thing to a T. I mean, it's not even possible. And it's just, you have to have a grid within a grid to really follow all these details. You're just kind of following it a little bit, doing some half attempt, but you can't get it all. But you can. One thing you do need to do, stay on top of the black. Everything that's supposed to be black, make it black. Let's kind of throw this thing in here. So I plan to use the electric eraser a lot more than I did last time. Or I'm going to use it to actually draw things as opposed to just using it to erase grid lines. I mean, we're actually going to try and make hairs. We have to make hairs, white hairs, by erasing. Alright. Okay, let's move to the left. Nothing perfect. That's kind of alright. So we've got, let's see if maybe, let's try to hard, just see what that does. So let's put in this little kind of elliptical shaped area, sort of black kind of thing. Put that in right there. Actually, I like the soft better. Let's see. So I got all this black kind of around here. Got just kind of just filling in all these little kind of details, kind of hiding in there. I think what we're gonna do for this stuff back here, we're gonna kind of use the eraser. That'll be kind of cool. Let's do that. So let's kind of just blacken all this. Go ahead and fill this stuff in. Fill it in good, fill it in completely. Let's erase all that. Well, let's fill in most of this stuff over here too. All this. Let's vacuum all that. Alright, let's get our square eraser. See if we can kind of... Actually, let's get the electric one. See if we can kind of just lightly kind of go on here and get some of the sort of lighter things to kind of show up in this background. Got these sort of like... And then just kind of smudge them in. Actually, probably better if we use this thing. See, you can kind of get these things to show up. Alright, let's go ahead and smudge all this stuff in. I mean, a lot of this is just almost gonna disappear. And then right here, this thing kind of... So then let's kind of come and highlight some of this. And even though this thing isn't exactly that sharp down here, it's kind of cool. Add a little bit of your own idea. This area. So you just kind of shade it in. I really do like charcoal more than pastel colors, honestly. Alright, let's move up here. Alright, so over here it kind of just comes up. And all this is mostly black. You kind of got this lighter stuff over here. Fill in all this stuff. Just kind of really just drawing around the lighter areas. That's really all you do. Fill in the black and leave in the light. And it's just all these just little regular light gray squigglies. I mean, that's all it is when you're doing a background or the out of focus areas of a furry animal. It's just a bunch of squiggly stuff. And it can drive you crazy if you're being a little too OCD which you absolutely should not be, because it is not of enough consequence to be too crazy about the details. Let's see, what do we got here? We fill this in. This is all black in here, right? Yeah. Yeah, the hard pencils are not good for filling in. It's kind of this little area here we need to kind of just fill in all this stuff, fill in this black. I don't know why exactly, but I feel like something is bugging me tonight. We're doing okay. Okay, I'll kind of draw in this. Just kind of make all this other stuff real black. Kind of just add some shade in here. Let's fill in this stuff real good over here. Alright, let's vacuum all this. Alright, let's take our stump, kind of just go in here, kind of darken these areas that need to be darker. Kind of something about the stump is better than your finger for whatever reason. Your finger doesn't work super well on a charcoal. I mean, it has its purpose, but it has its limitations too. Kind of got this sort of linear patterns kind of coming through this area. So let's kind of, you can take your blending stuff and kind of get a lot of the stuff on it, and then it becomes less darkening temporarily anyway. So you just kind of go in there, give everything some sort of character. This all needs to be quite a bit darker, so you can kind of pull the black from the sides onto it. And there is something I used to like to do, which is kind of lift up the paper and very lightly kind of use you can do more subtle erasures with the eraser if you can pick up the paper, but I've got it glued down. I mean, I've got it taped down, so let's just not mess with it for now. So we'll be careful with that. Kind of highlight some of these areas. It's just kind of go back over here and kind of. Alright, we ain't accomplished much so far, but let's just keep going to the left. It seems like it's a little simpler over there than up here. I'll tell you, this is gonna get difficult for sure. See if I should move my computer. Alright, yeah, let's move over. Alright, what do we got? So we've got this sort of nice piece of fur kind of coming down from the left, kind of feathering out down here. So we'll go to the left of that with this black. Use the hard one to kind of, usually to make little points like this, you want to use a hard one. And then kind of fill in around it with the soft. It really does make a big difference, or the feel you get using a hard pencil versus a soft one. Alright, then we kind of go up here, just everything kind of just becomes real dark. There is a little bit of squiggly thing kind of coming in here. Kind of leave that for now. Okay, let's go. Fill in a lot of this. Alright, so now down here, well, over here, let's fill in all this black. Fill all this in. Nice and black over here. Freaking whistle and then charcoal goes flying across the page. Let's vacuum up some of that. Alright, so we got a few nice kind of, let's sharpen this. I'll tell you what, you have to be real careful sharpening soft charcoals because they will just crack, screw up everything. So we got these nice sort of linear little lines kind of coming in. This thing is kind of supposed to be a little further over here. Doesn't really matter. I've got a couple things, sort of just little gray splotches we're going to kind of... And then down here we got a few of them too. Just kind of draw in these little areas. Just a bunch of squiggly crap. And then just go around it. Just go around it. Might actually, let me see something. We have another pencil we can use for this. Alright, let's see if this one works. This one has a, this is a hard, but usually these spread pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Just helps fill in the gaps a little faster. Alright, let's go around these things. Just kind of making lines and squiggles, filling in the background. Well, let's vacuum that. Alright. The good news about charcoal black and white pictures is you can fill in the background completely, unlike the pastels where you have to sit there and rub it 100 years. "100 years it takes to get the pastel background saturated." Vacuum again. Sharpen the eraser. show you. You can just kind of go in here and kind of. Well, that only works when the paper's touching it. That was pointless. That's okay. Alright, let's use our stump now. Kind of just go over these areas, turn them into splotches, make them barely noticeable, but not invisible. This line kind of gets a little darker in the middle. Kind of here at the tip, it's got a little more prominence. Kind of just taking, let's see. Let me see if this will do anything. Take your stump eraser. That didn't do jack. That's okay, we'll figure it out. I think I need to go and alright, let's go up here. Take our blender. And you have to come from the top when you want the tip to be lighter, so you come from the top up here. And from this side, from right to left, because it's the left side that's more bright. Let's kind of add just a little bit of a curve to this right here. Kind of just homogenize this light side just a bit. Let's vacuum. Got a big old mess up here. Always surprised how well the vacuum works. Alright, so we'll just, well, let's keep going. It doesn't really matter which way you go, for God's sakes. Hopefully I don't cause any copyright infringements this time from people from my headphones going into the microphone. And what difference does it make? Nobody's watching this anyway. Alright, which way do we want to go? Let's go up. This is kind of cool. So we come up here, we've got this kind of do an outline of this thing. Got this kind of sharp point. Gonna come. let's switch to this soft. Actually, let's fill in some of this with this bigger one. Yeah, this big one it's good for filling in big spots. It's not quite as hard as these hard ones. Although I used to have a soft one too, I don't know what happened to it. This is really all you need for these kind of pencils, honestly. Soft, hard, that's about it for charcoal. Graphite's a different story, and I don't mess with that. Let's vacuum. Alright, let's get this off. So here's where the details I think are going to start to count a little bit. These sort of sharper hairs, fur, whatever you want to call it. I think this is where it starts to matter. You want these sharp points to be sharp. When I did my wolf picture, I was really meticulous about the sharp points. I think that one came out pretty good. Although it left me not ever wanting to do another furry one, so I guess got this sort of darker area in the middle here. Okay, so we've got this. And this kind of comes to a point, which we are not demonstrating at this moment. Let's vacuum that. Alright, let's see. Should be able to. There we go. Alright, let's take this stomp kind of come in here. Just kind of smudge some of this stuff up. Yep, I'm back on the Tchaikovsky again. It never ends. That's what's supposed to be. So you just kind of go and just add some texture to some of this. Let's vacuum all that. Let's go around all that stuff. Fill in the dark. this thing needs to be a little. Alright, let's take some of this white and kind of come in here and just kind of this thing needs to be just a little bit. Right there, it's really white, but not really anywhere else. Let's vacuum up some of that. Alright, let's not dying to stop, but I'm not dying to continue. It's kind of late, got a late start today. We'll stop here today. Alright.